be showing you how I make a fantastical mushroom forest. For the base of the cottage, I used an empty slime container for 2 reasons. First, it reduces the amount of clay so the final slime texture doesn't become too stiff. And second, it provides a structure for shaping the cottage wall since they are prone to collapsing. To make the mushroom cap, I simply hand molded some red and white clay together, then painted on several white spots to make it look more mushroomy. To get each piece to stick together, I scored them both and added a little water to make it sticky. Then all you need to do is press them together. Now to make the cottage door, I had to get a little creative. Using clean popsicle sticks, I broke them into smaller pieces to mimic wooden planks, and squished them into a silicone putty. I used the same process to make a small window, but had a little trouble removing it from the mold after adding too much water. The clay became too soft to remove and the shape came out a bit distorted. However, I managed to shape it back into place with a metal tool. I also made several small mushrooms, flower bushes, and miniature flowers. This video will become far too long if I show them all, so I'll highlight just a few. I wanted to try making a yellow flower bush with light purple in the center for each flower. This was harder to do than I expected, as I had to carefully balance them, then quickly press in the yellow clay before they could fall. I don't know about you, but there is something really satisfying about mixing watercolors. For added detail, I painted on dark purple striations. Next, I made one of my favorite clay pieces from this project, which are pink fantasy trees. I happen to have a coral toy that resembles a tree trunk, so I used it to make another silicone mold. Then I used pink Daiso clay as the base color and painted on fuchsia veins. I wanted to make them look as fantastical as possible, so I used an iridescent crystal fiber for the leaves. I balled it up and wrapped it around the tree base, then used a clear nail polish to keep the fibers in place. Now that all the clay pieces are done, I moved on to making the slime. The blue and green slime are white glue based and similar to a thick and glossy slime. In my fantasy world, I wanted to make the ground to be a swirl of greens and blues. The magenta clear slime represents a lake in front of the cottage, and the turquoise snow fizz is the grass. The snow fizz texture also serves as a stable base to place the clay pieces. Otherwise, they'll stick to the thick and glossy layer and become difficult to remove. That concludes this tutorial. If you want to watch me destroy my lovely creation, you can find that video in the info card. Goodbye!